What's up, my blue collar scholars? I am answering a question actually. In my last video series, again, go to Instagram. They're all linked in our highlights right there. You can click them. It'll show you all the different videos. You can go right to the posts. I was asked a question on, can you show me the difference in ratios? Like, why does it matter to use 16:1? Why does it matter to use more or less for this or that? And I was thinking about that. I was like, how can I show that? Most of it has to do with taste. So not very often are we gonna brew coffee at like stupid differences, okay? So like, unless you're purposefully trying to make a concentrate, you're not gonna brew coffee at 5:1, 7:1, 8:1, right? That would be double strength. That would be hard to palate actually. I think I've had coffee like that in Italy, but it was intended to be cut in half with cream. So if you're doing that, then okay, that I can see that. But it was dark. Like, put your spoon in there and it barely fell over, right? It was that kind of thick coffee. So I wasn't sure how to show that to show the value. And so what I did is I took two brewers, different, about half, like one super strong, one about half of that. Poured the same amount of coffee in there just to try to look at it and see what it is. This is what we got.
Not as easy to tell as I thought it would be, but here is the line for the grounds here, and all the way down here is where the ground beds are on this one, okay? So what does that translate into? Again, you can see with the light of my camera shining through, a little bit more light, zero light going through, okay? That is a dark cup of coffee. Now that's probably much darker than we would really want in real life, but it's for the sake of example. Here you can see it a little bit better. This one's got that reddish hue to it down in here. This has got none of that. So this is the same coffee brewed with about the same amount of water, same amount of time, just the volume of coffee is different, okay? So that's why you want to make sure that you're using the right amount of coffee. You don't want it to be too strong because it could get bitter. You don't want it to be too weak because it'll be astringent, okay? So you want the nice balance, probably right in the middle, and that's where your delicious cup of coffee is going to be.
Okay, so not perfect, right? But the amount of light going through it, you can see that it kind of makes the lighter one a little redder, the other one dark. What coffee strength is and why ratios matter is, so coffee strength, when we say, I like strong coffee, what that means is you like extra scoops of coffee for the same amount of water, okay? If you're like, I don't like strong coffee, then you would put fewer scoops of coffee for the same amount of water, okay? That's what strength means. If I like strong coffee, it means more grounds for the water. Weak coffee means fewer grounds for the water, okay? So those are two terms that we got to understand when we're talking about this. So ratio matters because we're trying to figure out how strong or weak we like it. And that's really what it is. It doesn't matter. There's no perfection. There is no, this is the right way to brew coffee. This is the wrong way. I mean, there's things that are right and wrong, don't get me wrong. But a lot of it has to do with what you like. And if you like it strong, then we can make it strong. If you don't like it strong, then we can cut it. We can make it weaker. We can do all these different things. And so the best way for me to demonstrate that was light and how it goes through. And it wasn't the most perfect test, but it was, hopefully it conveyed the point. In that the more coffee, the more solubles, the more things you pull down into the cup, the stronger that cup's gonna be, right? 16:1 is that balance point where we've pulled all of the good, assuming we did all the brewing properly, we pulled all of the good things in. We're not over extracting, we're not under extracting, we're not doing anything crazy. It's like that balance point. And then what we can do is we can teeter back and forth around there. I wouldn't go whoop off the side, because then you're gonna start getting crazy stuff. You might get bitter, you might get astringent, not delicious. But if you're balanced, we can play back and forth, get you a little stronger, get you a little weaker, balance things out, make you a little stronger, add a little almond milk, right? That's stuff that we can play with to get you a delicious cup of coffee. So, tell me, what I want to hear about today is strong and weak coffee. Do you like your coffee strong? What does that mean to you? Do you like your coffee not strong? Most of us don't call it weak coffee. I mean, this is not a normal thing. Not strong. Tell me why. How did you come to that conclusion? Like, how do you do it? I just want to hear about it. I like it. It's a language thing that I've been working with people for a long time, trying to really grasp strong and not strong coffee, or what strong coffee really means. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know. With that, I will say adieu.